Check 212. What's up, everybody? It's DJ Divine Justice working on a MIDI fighter type of mapping for the new Traktor 2 Pro. And I came across something that hopefully you guys will find helpful, at least interesting. To show you what I'm doing over here on these pads, I'm in page D, and the pads go from C1 up to D sharp 2. So this is sending from C1 all the way up to D sharp 2. In the preferences for Traktor, in controller manager, go down to machine fighter. As you can see, and I have that set in with the machine. And all these are off by an octave, but I basically set up all these effect 1 ons to be all 16 pads, meaning that whenever I hit the pad, it'll turn this effect all the way on. And it'll also turn, for the top row, this one on. And you can see when I turn that one on, all the pads light up to let me know that that one's on. So it kind of works like if I got something playing, if I press this first pad, turns the dry wet all the way up and turns the beat masher on and sets it to 50%. When I go off, turns the effect off and turns the dry wet all the way back down to 0. Same effect except this is 75%, that's 90%, that's 100%. 50. And also, you can either hit them on one then the other, or you can hold one down at the same spot so I can catch that. So you get the idea. The point of this video is to point out the fact that all of the effect 1 ons for those, the dry wet group is what all these buttons are all doing. Dry wet group on. So you can see dry wet group on, but the top 4, 3, 4, after you hold it down, go off. Now the other 16 make it jump. Like that one I had to hit the other one to make it go off. So these 8 pads are all doing the same effect as these of turning the dry wet all the way up to 100. But because I've added a add out, that's why these pads light up, to show that when the beat masher effect 1 is on, to give you feedback. But it also works as kind of like a gate mode, so that's why on these it'll turn it on and turn it off, which is the effect that we want. So I can show you, if I go here to my outs, you can see those are the 4 outs for the top 4. And if I add one, and so I want to add one to G sharp 1, which is going to be G sharp 2 over here. So I'll add an out. Duplicate that. Go to 3. Note G sharp 2. And now you can see that this one also lights up. And so we just need to set another dry wet group, duplicate that, set that to learn, add this button, and come off it. And I'm also going to make sure that on the controller editor it's only sending out 127, because if it's sending out something else lower, then it's not going to always make that jump. See, it's not jumping to 100%. So I want it to be minimum 127, maximum 127. That way it's always jumping to 100%. And you can see on this one, because I've added a MIDI out, although that one should be lighting up. Well, that one's not lighting up because I didn't map it to do that, to that first effect. But you get the idea of that by sending an output, you can make it so that it goes back down to 0 after it's done, as opposed to, like, say now this next one, we'll just make it go straight up to 100 and stay there. Hope that made sense about how modifiers help. I guess it works more as a gate than it does as a hold, but you don't have to change any of the settings of the button. You just, by adding a modifier, an output, not a modifier, by adding a MIDI out, then it helps make it work as a gate. Hope you learned something new. Always a good day to do that. DJ Divine Justice. Peace.